Guys, once again, it's really getting to that time where EAFC 24 is coming. Full release in just a few days. Web app is supposed to come out, I think, tomorrow. Oftentimes, they're late on it, so maybe it won't be tomorrow, but it'll be around that time. I think it just voice cracked. And today, we might actually see game changers going live with the game for the first time on the stream. So we could see some YouTubers out there just streaming the game already today. So we need to talk about the easiest ways to make and save coins over the course of the entire year. A lot of people want to talk about the web app stuff. I already made a video about the web app kind of build up. It'll only be out for a few days, so I don't want to spend too much time on the web app stuff right now. I want to talk about ways to make and save coins on the game because it's just in a few days now. It's easy to remember these things and they can be useful to you for a lot longer, just a few days. So we're live on Twitch on release night. Link is in the comment section, I believe. I'm very excited about that. Let's just begin right now. We're going to talk about the beginning SBCs from FIFA 23 here in just a little bit. The very first thing I want to talk about here, we got to go to FIFA 23 to talk about this. I'd say the most asked question that I get is like, how do I make coins when I don't really know how to trade? Like, what's a way I can instantly make coins? Everybody wants a way to instantly make coins. Honestly, there's no way that's legit that doesn't take time. So it's going to take time always. But the first thing I want to talk about is basically just lazy buyers. I want you to remember this for the whole FIFA cycle. Well, it's not FIFA anymore, but you know what I mean. Any card under 5,000 coins, I want you to not list at the cheapest price. If I pack that Handanovic, hey, he's going for 2.2 thousand, but then the other ones are 2.5 thousand. You might say, okay, let's up for 2.4, 2.3, get that insta sell. What I would say is that's not how you do it. You list them up for 2.7, 2.8. You can do 2.9 if you're really feeling dangerous and just list him up. Start price, you can kind of do whatever you want to. I mostly do a little bit higher than what I just did, but this is just an example for the video. That card probably has a 50% chance of selling. If it sells, you just made 400 coins in opportunity cost out of thin air, and you do that for the entire year. I'm telling you right now, it sounds like a stupid easy tip, but that's kind of what it is. It's a stupid easy tip. People lazy buy so often on FIFA. If the Handanovic doesn't sell, okay, you try again, or if you need the coins instantly, just sell them at his lowest price. You didn't end up losing anything at all. You know, cards that are 20k plus when EAFC 24 comes out, more difficult to do that because people just, you know, search for their literal buy now price. A lot of the lower rated cards people don't search for, so that's why it doesn't really work for them. But anything under 5k is prime or lazy buying. This extends for literally every item in the game. Every item in the game. I'm talking consumables, kits, whatever. If you list them up for a little bit more than what they're going for, they're probably gonna sell either immediately or just eventually. And you're making so many coins over the course of the year off that. One of the easiest things to do every single year, it's kind of like a staple, honestly, is Team of the Week cards. We have Team of the Week cards every single year that are very easy to make coins off of. There's Team of the Week 1 predictions right here. Now, if we just look at this, say this was the actual Team of the Week that was coming out. Especially now with every single Team of the Week card being 80 rated plus, is probably actually is only going to help for Team of the Week investing over the course of the year. Is just buying Team of the Weeks at discard price and waiting for them to rise. It's really that simple. Any of these 80 rated Team of the Week cards down here, I'm sure they are going to be 10,000 coins. And guess what? They discard for 10,000 coins. It's literally a risk-free investment. Now, last year, it took a while for them to rise. They did eventually rise. Most years, it takes like less than a month. They just start rising and rising. They end up like 13, 14, 15k after just a few weeks. Last year, it took a few months for them to go up to the 13, 14, 15,000 coin range. That could happen again. My guess is it won't be as long this time. They just, for some reason, required no Team of the Weeks in like anything last year for the start of the game. I think this year with the new Team of the Week kind of like revamped stuff, they're going to try and maybe include them more often like they did in the past, make them a little more expensive. That's a total guess, but honestly, every single year, if you buy Team of the Week cards, discard every single week, buying, you know, 3 of these a week at 30,000 coins, there will be a time when Team of the Week cards actually go up too close to 20,000 coins, and you can double your money if you're in for the long-term investment. It's an easy long-term investment you can store in your club and just literally forget about. The reason people buy Team of the Week 1 cards is because they're extra rare, right? Especially this year, you got a week of early access. It's going to be the only time you can get these players, so they're going to be extra rare. If we do get some meta cards in here, say this Mafi ends up looking like that, Vlahovic looks pretty decent, Lewandowski looks good, Julian Alvarez looks really good, right? Whatever the meta cards are, they will be extremely rare, and they're going to have high demand, which means they'll end up being more expensive than even your average informed Lewandowski would be. So people love buying Team of the Week 1 cards every single year, and yeah, like I said, it's super easy, and we'll talk about which ones you might want to buy on the channel as well. Next thing I want to talk about, let's look at the beginning of FIFA 23 SBCs here. What I want you to do is player SBCs that come out, okay? I know it's tempting. I know it's very tempting to complete these pretty much for all year. I want to say avoid 90 to 95% of all player SBCs that come out. There will be ones we'll talk about on the channel that have fantastic value, and that would, I think, be good for your team. Everything else, you just don't do. You just ignore it. You let it go by. Thiago Silva flashback. One of the first SBCs we got last year, 150k at the start. Decent carb, 77 pace, 86 defending, 84 physical. Odds are, though, when your team levels up, you're going to wish you had the 150k back. You're going to. Maybe you don't. Maybe it ended up being good SBC and use them for 400 games. In that case, it was worth it. But you don't want to do these guys and play them for 40 games and then just dump them in the trash. Never see the light of day again, then go into an next SBC. 150k, just completely washed down the drain. You do that again next week. You do it a couple weeks later. You're up to a million coins just down the drain at SBCs at the end of the year, if not more than that, right? So just do your best to stay away from almost all player SBCs. We're going to talk about ones on the channel that are worth doing. And this year, I think we had the most that probably were worth doing. And obviously, if your favorite player comes out, go and do them, all right? It is about having fun at the end of the day. But if you have fun saving as many coins as you possibly can, this is what you do. Another one here, let's look at Futbin. So, okay, 86 Dembele here is an example, right? He has pretty much the stats of his old 83 rated Dembele card. Just going to be a little bit more rare now. It'll probably be, honestly, a relatively similar price to what he was. It might be a little more expensive, but I don't think it's going to be that much different. Wanted to bring up this card because here's just an example of if you can avoid the crashes, you will save so many coins over the course of the year. It is insane. And you might say, yeah, obviously, if you sell high, you're going to make coins. But the reason I say this is because we have a few crashes every year, and we can kind of predict when they're going to be. At the start of the game, Ousmane Dembele, 97,000 coins, up to 100 plus K on October 5th right there. Pretty much after the first week of the game, we always see the first big crash on gold cards. Dembele goes down to 88,000 on the 8th of October, peaks back up again on this Monday, October 10th, but then just a little bit later, 4 days later, 5 days later, he's down to 66,000 on that next weekend, October 15th, so less than a month after the game comes out. If you sold Dembele like 5 days before, you know, you're up at 90,000, now you're down at 66. This kind of example, you know, it's 33% right there. If you can avoid these, all of that coin you're gonna have still in your club is massive, because almost everybody else in the game is losing coins at that time. If there's a crash in the market, everybody who has a team is losing coins, right? So if you don't have a team and don't have players, you are going to make coins without actually seeing your coin total going up. You're still making coins. So that kind of leads into the next point too, and it's really just be liquid kind of as much as you can. By liquid, obviously, if you don't know what that means, it just means you're out of every tradable card, basically. You have all your coins sitting there that you can see in the top left corner. They're not into a lot of cards. If you buy a weekend league team, if we go back to all these players here, you buy a weekend league team with Szoboszlai, Tenali, and Matoma, and Danjuma. You finish weekend league and you see, hey, I can sell these cards and like not make a loss at all. Just get out of them. Like, why not? If you're not gonna play the game for a couple days, just sell. Cards go down way more than they go up in FIFA, so you're just, odds are, even if you're just rolling the dice, which obviously it's better odds than just rolling the dice if you know the market, but even if it was just, you know, a flip of the coin, you're still in good odds if you sell, right? So being liquid a lot is a super easy way to make coins, and knowing when to sell, subscribe, because we'll talk about that, is gonna save you so many coins. Every market crash, you'll end up with just a ton more. Alicia Lehman is still in the top 5 of Upping Popular just because she's hot. Like, what are we doing? She has 3,000 upvotes, 300 downvotes. By far the most upvoted women's player. Every other woman is just downvoted to oblivion. We've got Gordon and Lehman up here in the top 10 of Upping Popular. I wonder why. Last but not least here, I want to talk about just playing the games, because the best way to make coins in FIFA, if you're not a person that wants to be on the market all the time, is playing the game. That simple. Division rivals, squad battles, FUT champs. Play the game as much as you can. You'll make coins. That's it. Now, if you do want to spend a lot of time on the market and you're interested in trading and that kind of thing, we'll obviously cover that on the channel as well over the course of the year. Yeah, I want to make this video quick because it's really not long now until we are beginning with EAFC 24. I love you all. Since we resume. Peace.